Adventure Island 3, continuing on with World 5. World 5 begins with a trickier bottomless pit level. We have some of these invulnerable fireballs for the first time in the game. These levels just start to get a bit tricky with some bats, and of course those bone platforms, which are really irritating because they're a platform, but the corner of the platform is a damage area, a damage spot. So if you hit the corner, and the hitbox on the corner is quite large. So if you hit the corner, even if you've got your red buddy, instead of just falling through it like you miss any other platform into the lava, which would be safe with the red dinosaur. I'm going to skip here on this stage. So we skip some of those interior island levels. But you'll hit the corner, lose your dinosaur, then fall into the lava where it is not safe. So those bone platforms can be tricky from here on out, basically, to the end of the game. Always like to bring the axe into these underwater stages because it has that downward arc, and there's a lot of enemies below you in these stages, especially those anemone things that launch the fireballs at you, or whatever kind of damage projectiles they are. And they're annoying because they move slowly, and they also have rather large hitboxes, so you have to be careful around them. So the hammer does a little less damage, but that downward arc just makes it worth it, to me. Those enemies below you are tough to hit with the boomerang, even though it will take out those 2-hit seahorses in one shot. And here we go. So taking the skip really is neat in this game, and I'm speculating still that the designers built those in for players trying to advance through the game after their first few tries. I forget I shouldn't bring an axe into this level because I'll get a free axe right there if I don't. Here I'm making it to this egg right here, which I need to get for the secret area, and then in the secret area I'm cheesing it a little bit by having the flying dinosaur. So I'm speculating that they built that in for people who have to restart the game, like me when I was younger. Every time they turn it on, there's no save file, and there's no password system in this game. So if you shut off your system, you're back at level 1. So if you get really thorough with this game, as I did on the NES, and you're training on those later levels, you don't have to play through every level to build up your way towards the end of the game once you've discovered those tricks. On those secret spots, you can skip all of World 2 and all of a few other worlds, and then of course in this one I just get to skip a few of the levels to get right to the boss level. These Blizzard Peak levels are kind of annoying, so I take my flying buddy. I didn't get the perfect on the bonus stage, of course, because I skipped getting the other dinosaur buddies, but what it did was let me get full health so I could just fly over top. These Blizzard Peak levels are long. As you saw, it took a long time just to fly over it. They're also rather fruit poor, so they force you, if you're on the ground, to kind of hurry, and then they have some difficult enemies in them. This level can be tricky. This level is actually pretty easy with the flying dinosaur, but the flying dinosaur is really, really difficult on bosses. Bosses are built with tough angles for the flying dinosaur, so have to be careful. And this level can be really dangerous as well. Ah! That ghost changed direction on me. So rather than waste a flying dinosaur trying to cheese this level, and there I was just hurrying. I need to go back, refocus. I shouldn't be talking while I'm playing through this level. I should be totally silent. You have to be careful, but you can't go too slowly. And there's bats and ghosts after just about every jump. Like that, so you have to time things very carefully. There's a ghost, so I gotta get him towards me. Get him coming after me. And that just becomes how quickly can you react with that attack button, or the jump button. And there's a lot of falling bones in this level as well. On the edge of jumps, you'll have falling bones. Ooh, just barely got that guy off. Oh, lost it to the ghost. I think the end is right there. Just gotta make it before the health runs out. Whoa, just did. 1 unit of health left. I've got no hammer, but that's fine because I get bonus weapon to start the stage. Alright, so this guy's, his head is always vulnerable. And it's technically vulnerable there, but the flames give him some protection. Oh. Mishandled that one. He can't reach you from the top with his flames. But he can reach you from the bottom if you're in that corner. So I get to go through the fossil layer one more time. Let's see if I can survive it. Woo! That was crazy. A lot of this is just reflex reactions in this level. Have to be pretty good. And again, the game gets more and more like this as it goes on. Having to know where those enemies are. Alright. But I'm good this time. Had a lot more health this time going in. I get a 1-up with those bonus points for finishing with no weapon. Which is nice. I may need it. Here we go. Didn't get a hit on that time. Alright, now his head goes flying, and it's vulnerable while it's flying. But invulnerable when he's forming, but I can get a couple shots on him before the fireballs spawn. I gotta get him to throw him, and he can't quite reach me from up there. That's what I was mistaken on the first time. There we go, a couple hits there. And again, same thing, I've just gotta stay out of range of those fireballs. And I should just about have him. Get a couple more here before. There we go. That's it. Next week we'll go on to Bone Crossing and World 6.